Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Who is here? Let me get the chat. Hello Lee, MM, bonjour, Federico. Hi Jenny, hey there. Wings, nice to see you everybody. Hi Dave. Doing fine, thank you. How otherwise when we managed to snap the lows and high again? Or maybe not the high in that time, but at least the lows. Yeah, so I wanted to put just quick extract from last week. Where is my video? Here. Okay. Right in the time. So yeah, you might remember if you were watching last week's video. I was mostly looking for more upside. I was not necessarily looking for that scenario, but again, that's what is nice with Elliott Wave, that we can plan several scenarios. And yeah, clearly I stated that was possible that we retrace all the way back down to make an expanded flat and potentially then go back to the high for a final fifth wave here. And knowing that my initial scenario, my favorite one was it? I don't remember here. Anyway, just cloud. Start with this. Well, yeah, initially I was looking for more continuation from this. That's true. But not necessarily looking at the expanding diagonal as my favorite. But considering that we had a pretty clear one inside of it, so yeah, that's a scenario I'm willing to give a shot to. Something that can be helpful with Elliott Wave is sometimes we get sometimes we get or sometimes more often we get the same kind of pattern on different time frame. What I want to say is, like, you might get, for example, a running flat in a wave 4 of some degree, and for example in a wave 4 of a third bigger wave, and then the fourth bigger wave gonna mimic the same wave 4 that there was in the smaller degree wave 3. And that's kind of the thing I'm potentially looking at right now. Like, we have some kind of expanded flat inside the 3 of a lesser degree. Well, inside the 3 as a wave A, most likely, ABC. And that's what we could be drawing on a higher time frame here. By the way, this can't have something wrong then. Well, not. Well, no, I guess it's okay. Now, I also won this morning during a morning update for the crew and crypto event that, yeah, we were going into a 1-1 extension of that first move, that retrace. So clearly going to de-risk a bit on the long, and probably gonna try to catch some short, which is now running into profit, and most of my longers are now stopped out. The long from down here especially. because yeah, that's what we do. I have a count on the high time frame that say we need to go above 22,700. But if I'm taking a step back from the higher time frame count and just focusing on the lower time frame and from the two significant swing lows that I can start to count from, I see there's a potential for a corrective move that could fit many other more bearish counts, and especially how we coming to the golden pocket. Well, we didn't quite reach it. This is pulled correctly. Maybe on log. Yeah, we reached it on log. But yeah, as we have a potential bearish pattern, say yeah, okay, I'm going to go for a short. And even if we are not in an ABC, which would mean we're going for a new low, locally, yeah, we may also be in some kind of wave 1 and sub 2 and come back into the range here. Why? I also saw this FTX going into pretty heavy selling on at limit. Well, why is it laggy again here? What's happening? I guess my computer is getting hot. No, it's okay. So we had quite significant holes here at first. We did continue higher, but if we look at the CVD on FTX, especially, we saw that we were building a bearish div all along in that range. Then we had another significant move up, but again we started to build a bearish div here, right? And if we just ignore the middle part, as this is a short squeeze, if I take that high, clearly we have some kind of absorption at limit here. Significant increase in open interest, but no advance in price overall. We are significantly higher right here than we were at this high. So it seems that there was some significant short positions that have been built, I believe. In fact, in the aggregated open interest as well, we can see open interest starting to go up a lot here without price breaking up. So we'll see how this resolves. Of course, we cannot know before it happens. I think I'm gonna exit exo traps because I'm feeling some lagging before I'm quitting it. Yeah, some rec longs. Short are getting a bit aggressive, but are still comfy. Yeah, okay. It's much better. So yeah, we'll see how this was a bit. Kind of look like ending diagonal here. So maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this can become, well, a wave C or wave 1 of the third here. With 1, we can be to 2, 3, 4, 5. That will mean the third will likely go higher. Likely, probably. This cannot be a wave 3 in itself. Wave 3 cannot be a diagonal. It can be wave 1 of a third or 5 of a third. Not a third of itself. So yeah, that's it for That's for now. We had a significant market structure change on 1 hour. So unless we reclaim that that low here at 20,700, look like it won't go for more downside, knowing that this could continue in a range still and back down, right? It's not necessarily a big bull senior, but yeah, we have a significant market structure change, a volume that is going down, less interest, with opening interest going higher, so position have been building. We didn't quite reach overbought on 1 hour, almost. We did on MFI. I certainly prefer for swing position that 1 hour and even the 4 hour RSI go into overbought. So for me, if I'm looking at this, I would probably bet more on a higher low than really going more down. For now, at least. With this low break, I will guess we're going into the weekend, so on rare occasion, we do have mega pump on the weekend, but more often than not, you're quite you better exit the long position at the beginning of the weekend, or in fact all position, or go into a 1x short if you're holding BTC. More often than not, that's a pretty good decision. Not financial advice, of course. But yeah. So yeah, to be honest, again, last weekend I was I was expecting for a weekend pump, but we didn't get it. And there was signs that FTX was doing quite of the same thing more heavily, with a lot of sell walls and a big bear div. If I zoom out a bit, and this load, I'm still connected, right? Yeah, connection excellent. Where was it? Yes, yeah. It was pretty clear that we're defending the high and selling. And if we look at CVD at that moment on FTX, again, I'm looking more at FTX than other exchanges for CVD at the moment. Where was it here? That was really clear. Higher high, bearish absorption div. And we had one here. For now it failed, but overall, you know that even if we validated on the strict term as bearish div, because a bearish div need to make a lower high and a higher high on CVD and a lower high in price. Overall, when we were doing lower high in price, we were doing higher high on CVD. So it still means there was absorption, just mean that there was a squeeze overall. But for me, it does not necessarily invalidate it, in the sense that, yeah, market makers can allow price to go to their position to go underwater, or market maker, big, strong players might keep a position underwater, and I've potentially been building short here. Let price rise to squeeze some shorts and build even larger one up here. Why I don't have my data here? YouTube is acting weirdly again. It's okay. So yeah, I'm kind of feeling this for now. Now I'm just rethinking this because, well, I guess we could count that as 5 waves as well. Because you know, when we are in a diagonal is the kind of wave when we can subdivide each of the actionary wave in 3 waves or 5 waves. But they must be all of the same kind in the same wave. That means that here, if we have 3 waves for 1 and for 3, the 5th need to be 3 wave as well. But if we count it as 5, the 5th need to be 5 waves as well. So it looks like more like 3 wave with the expanding diagonal as a wave A, and the target here we reach what? Yeah, 161.8. Yeah, a bit less. So we have a valid ABC with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C at all. At the same time, could we count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a 5? I mean, it's not impossible. It's an expanding diagonal. We reach more or less the trend line. And in this move, well, you can count pretty much whatever you want because there's nothing you can count here. I think it was working great on 5. All of that to say, do we look at 3 wave or 5 waves here? I don't know. But if we have to reject, we most likely have to reject where we are right now. We could go a bit higher. We have the golden pocket POC. But if we want to reverse, most likely be here. After, we'll see how, if it starts to break, well, I readjust. I look again in the lower time frame, see what I can count. And usually I wait for, when uncertain, focus on the big moves and the consolidation retrace, and I try to see, okay, how I can fit that in account. This retrace look like a wave 4, it retrace a bit or it consolidates horizontally. But wave 4 of which degree? Well, I just want it happen. But for now, that is the main count then. Bull count here, okay. This should be in the bull count as well. Okay, we don't need this for now. Bear one, what was it? So this is, well, it's not unvalidated. Again, the same thing was looking here. That made me took a short here, in fact. We had as well potential for a corrective move and potential for wave 4 if that was more bearish. I was looking for more downside. But now, invalidation is top of wave 1, but we doesn't look like a wave 4 of this degree, so I would not consider that count. And neither that one. So bear count, what will it be? Well, simply complete impulsive move here. Subdivided with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice, I got that worked well for me. And then this is an ABC. So a sub wave 2, which would mean we go for a wave 3 then. That would be the bear count. Now what would be the target for wave 3 of this magnitude? Because again, the target of your wave 3 depends of the length of your first wave and your second wave, right? And the first wave is pretty big right now. Let's say we do a small one other high. We'll make this on log. So standard target for wave 3, if that was bearish, that will be about $16,000. Does it make sense with the higher degree count? Not so much for me. In the context, neither. Knowing that we may have wave 3, 4, and going for a 5th here. I'm going to flip back on the higher degree in a minute. But the target for wave 5 here would be somewhere into the 16. So how could we make this play out with a 1-2 here? Well, simply with an ending diagonal. A small wave 3 that doesn't reach a standard target over 161.8. And a smaller wave 3 than the first wave, then a move back up, and a 5th wave into a wedge consolidation. In that case, we will be looking at a 1-1 extension on linear. So we will be looking for wave 3 to stop before 1-1 extension, to be smaller than the first. Could even swing for a pattern that low, then bounce, and then swing for a pattern that low for the 5th. That could be an idea, especially knowing where we are. If we still have a wave 5 to come to finish the whole bear market, I will be really fine to see yes, an ending diagonal. That's a bit of tricky, slightly tricky count, but strong one, and something that we can expect at the end of a cycle. Just like we had an ending diagonal at the top, not the 69 one, but the prior one. This music is a bit bizarre. You may not even hearing it. Yeah, right, Jenny. You got it. So yeah, let's maybe come back on the higher time frame. There's some apps. I'm just checking X-Zone 0 the computer. We had a POC and I think we lost VWAP, yeah. What are we doing? 1-1. Yeah. I'm gonna let this come down. So yeah, just like we had an ending diagonal here. And I think there was one on the smaller time frame here. We either got an overshoot on the 5th, a blow off top, or blow off bottom, blow down bottom, or an ending diagonal. That's often what you get at the end of a cycle. And more often than not, it's blow off on Bitcoin, but it was not here. Right now, what are we doing? I think we really need to continue that trend, the one that I used into the thumbnail. In fact, I really want this trend to continue, and I would prefer us to indeed finish this idea of an expanding diagonal to make a higher high and show a bit more strength before potentially making a fake breakdown, which it is not necessary. Right now we bounce from bottom, so I prefer us to not reject here clearly, or it will feel a bit heavy. And yeah, you know, we are quite oversold on a weekly. In fact, as we have never been. It'll be interesting to watch this break. On a daily, we have we still have. Yep, this is bull div. Well, not really bull div, okay, because again, we have higher high on RSI and we have higher high on price as well. And you see, especially if I take just the close, what just happened? Thanks for that, Trading View. I have to change this music, it's unsupportable. So we have significant higher high on RSI and we'll say almost equal lows here on the close. And even on the candle, it's like slightly lower high. So we'll still consider this kind of diverging. Now we are also at resistance again. We broke one last week, but we went under again and above. So I will be looking at this. And clearly, if we can claim this, we may have quite a squeeze, I believe, on this. If we do have another move up, I think it might be even stronger than the one prior. Well, it will be normal because if we are indeed in the expanding diagonal, the fifth wave will be even greater than the third. So, yeah. Now the count. I'm not sold on the count still. 5°1. But again, I will repeat, same. I'm focusing on the extension of this move and the 1-1 extension for potential final bottom. 1-1 extension on logarithmic scale, but still. For a potential ABC move here, for a potential WXY or even WXY, in fact, it still works. Now with our higher degree wave 3 is finished here it doesn't matter. It changed almost nothing here. Clearly I don't want us to go lower than this. And that remain. Now the thing is, the idea is to have a 1, 2, 3 and wave 4 here or in the process. Clearly it's starting to get very long in time compared to the 1, 2, for example, as a 1, 2, 3. I will say we are still in time, because if I take the timelines of 1 plus 3 plus 2, well, we are reaching about 161.8, twice the time of the move down. So I could still consider this a retrace of this move, but clearly it's getting long compared to wave 2. So maybe we have our wave 3 finished here, and we are indeed some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, we could be also in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Especially in the case we have a larger squeeze than I'm looking at right now, which is looking just at 23, 24k. If we do see a larger squeeze and then come back down, and maybe yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as some kind of ending diagonal. I would like to have a shape of a diagonal for this. That would be better. But yeah, so I'm not gonna focus too much again on the higher time frame count. I know I have my level here that is important. I'm focusing more on the mid time frame count for actionary decision and the structure for potential bottom. So chart work again. Okay. Yeah, last week or during the week, this chart didn't work because I don't know, the BTC USDC pair on Coinbase disappear. Yes, it's back. Overall, we remade a test of the low. In fact, we test that range that I'm suggesting to be a secondary test in phase B. B in parentheses, because it could just be a secondary test, the first true secondary test of the range. If this expands more in time, I feel we're starting to have spent enough time in it to consider this a secondary test in phase B. Yes. Now phase B can last for a bit. We could still be in rest here and go back for a spring or a higher low if we already have our low in with this, which is possible. And again, bouncing from the low, I want the balance up, and as we made a higher low, a high, it's not falling again, a low, high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. It would be nice if we could make another higher low to keep on this attempt of market structure change. Then in the idea that this could still be a wave 4 and could still going for a spring for a final move down, it's okay. But the fact that we are making market structure change on a relatively high time frame, it shows some strength in the asset, and then the last deviation, the spring, just become a trap, right? But clearly, we have some strengths here. I mean, we had our best weekly close overall, our best weekly candle since March. Even if we didn't we didn't engulf the previous one, it was a pretty strong run. And right now, I was a weekly look. Well, it doesn't look bad, right? I have some kind of, we have a hammer. We took the low of the previous week, but still making a higher low. And yeah, we'll see that does it close back inside, or can it manage to, if it can manage to close inside this weekly order blocks, that will be quite strong to me. So if I'm coming back on the lower time frame, that's the green area here, that's the previous week open as well. Yeah, okay. So even if we retrace here, if we can manage to close the week inside here, could be a nice sign for me for beginning of next week. If we close back under again, might be more cautious. And yeah, you might have seen, I posted it on Twitter. We printed the PI cycle bottom. What is PI? Let's come on the chart. It's really a very simple indicator. It's just a moving average cross. So PI cycle top is the 350 and 111 daily moving average, and for the bottom it is the 471 and 150. Don't ask me why is this moving average. Honestly, I don't know. It's just incredible how it has been precise in the past, because this is a dummy indicator. It's a moving average cross, but it marks each top and bottom and with quite precision, not necessarily on the day. If we look back, for example, last stop it prints 1 day prior, I think, or 2 days prior. Yeah, printed here, so 2 days prior to the top. Previous bottom was 1 day after the bottom. Previous top was 1 day prior, but that really at the very top. That one was a bit less. Previous bottom, it was 2 days prior to the bottom, but just also prior to still a 40% drop. Knowing that the lowest point here on this chart is this low, but it depends on the exchange here. And overall, this is, if you consider this is low, it is a low, right? So yeah, we have this signal that have been printed. Take that for what it is. If that plays, that plays. Knowing that doesn't give you much insight for leverage trading, because if we do another 12% drop, this is still valid. The higher time frame, but you cannot just trade it. For me, in the context that I'm looking at the bottom anyway, I mean, I take it, right? So yeah, that's where we are right now. Okay, not too much news. Just have to see. Come on, stop doing this. To see how this resolve. Again, if I come back on the count here, we may have. Well, we are seeing a bit of recovery here. Okay. We may have an A, an A, B, C. Move finished wave 4 and we are going for lower. We may have an A, and this has an A, B, C, going for A, B, and still wave C. So that's again an alternative count. Knowing that if we are indeed, if we made a flat here, not necessarily my favorite this one, but we could also consider this as a 1-2 instead of an ABC, which would mean even stronger move from right here. And for now, it seems that we are missing some big players still, so it feels too early for me for significant break out of this range. I would like to see a trap and back down. Not necessarily for a lower low, but at least for back for a trap, right? But I don't think this is enough for this to be... it could be a 1-2 and we could be going into a 1-2, yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll consider this on the next stream if we have a significant move. Overall, all of this seems is corrective, right? So either you take that like this, or you take it A, B, C, the same, the C starting to get a bit long, but as it's potentially an expanded flat, that's okay. Expanded flat, it expands in length and in time. But yeah, pretty much it. Let me check. Have you looked at GBTC Premium lately? No, I didn't. But I guess there is not much to see. Where did I have it? I have a chart with... on this maybe that will... It's GBTC... Grayscale. No, I want mine. So GBTC didn't move. Still trading at a 30% discount. Of course, the ETF has been denied. It's stabilizing at 30% discount, at least. I did took a short, yes. I took several of them, just taking profit quickly. Partially. But yeah, here I mean I talked about during this morning update, just simply looking at the 1-1 extension. In fact, it's not added on this one here. Now when I'm looking at a potential corrective move, I take the 1-1 the 90% extension, because very often recently it doesn't reach the 1. It doesn't reach the 1-1 extension. But I took one short. I think it was here. Yes, with profit. I still hold it. I don't remember exactly what I did. I take many trades in this. The scalping, flipping back into a scalp long. As I was saying, absorption, and took back a short here, closed, took back another one. Now I have taking profit a bit again. Now the count is getting a bit complicated. I was really more looking at this to be the top potentially. We had this ending diagonal here. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they still work. And only you're short from 20,550. That's pretty good. Yes. I mean, we are back in the range. We really have this. Now that doesn't mean we cannot retest liquidity in this, making a bit, taking the high and still making a low high, but taking these ones. But yeah, we broke the market structure. The uptrend, market structure. Might be missing a bit of divergence. we had divergence on 30 minutes and 1 hour as well. Yeah, it's just missing the 1 hour of both on RSI. That's what I prefer to get nice shots. So I'm still long. I mean, overall, before we break this, we still potentially just relatively still in an uptrend. We're still in an uptrend locally. We are in downtrend on the 15 minute. But this could still be really much corrective. Now, how could this fit the count? I don't know. Well, maybe this is a 1 and this is a 2 again. But that mean much higher. I hardly see how we would make, or maybe we are still in a wave 4 here. How expanding diagonal, does that work here? I guess so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 still possible. Clearly we have still absorption here down there. And I think, let me check, because earlier it's on the other screen. Yeah, this weird thing is that here CVD started to flip as bull div on FTX, and it was bear div all along, and just between these two lows was starting to look like opposite absorption. No. Negative founding. Now, negative founding here. Unless retails, the crowd is really looking too short here. But usually when we got consolidation under resistance like this, retail tend to more to try to long, or just break out, to long into resistance rather than the rest. So having negative founding on a move up at resistance, I'd feel a bit tricky to me, because that means somebody is keeping price down on derivative, because yeah, so somebody is absorbing some FOMO here, considering where we are on the chart. You want to do for negative funding to be bullish, or you want negative funding at the low, obviously. That means that, yeah, it's trading at a discount at the low because there's FOMO sell. We have a bit of absorption. Light short can start to be a bit underwater here. Aggressive longs starting to move price. Order flow on Bybit have not been the best to me recently, so getting with caution. Short closing here in USDT. So yes, I've been short position building and that I've been closing into the downtrend. Long into the downtrend. So the slowdown seems to be more people longing the retrace and other taking profit on the shorts. Not necessarily great. Not even sure why I'm looking at Bybit again on the order flow, because this is so little volume, especially compared to Binance or FTX. When Bybit is trading 1 million and this perpetual, Binance is trading 10 millions. Let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, it is made and it doesn't look very bearish yet, no. But on the lower time frame, we change the market structure. And we are at resistance. This position are defending for now. So this is this 30-minute candle. Well, this is today position. Yeah, this morning. So this is really important one. So clearly, I guess if we, for now it's still okay. Can still make a higher low, a higher high. Clearly, if we lose this low, I think there will be some capitulation, acceleration, and back into the range, the lower range. What is that? I have too much default. Okay, that's the one. Yeah, back into value. Unsupported POC. Yeah, I guess this is gonna be important if we can overcome this or not. $161.8. Coming into the 50. This is the resistance. This is lagging. It's not. Oh yeah, my internet is going wild again. Great, I cannot stream and go to Excel chat at the same time. That's great. That's great, thanks. I don't know if I'm still live right now. Yes. It's not actual. It's not refreshing any new data. God sec. Yeah, that was a nice one. Again, clearly FTX was going nicer. Big long capitulation. Rinse of the open interest. Negative delta candle with a strong recovery. It was definitely a buy. Hope soon we'll have FTX and the Exo chart app. So there was some selling that went overcome. So yeah, maybe we go for another high. I just, yeah, as I said, maybe expanding diagonal here as well. It seems to me that we're going to retrace. Now, if we don't find resistance, we also could go in a squeeze, knowing that we are potentially in an expanding diagonal. We can have big move, and it is a weekend, but sometimes we got big move into the weekend, and knowing that if we do have a mega squeeze, that would most likely be that kind of count. That would mean we can still come back to fill what the gaps that we will have made on CME. Yeah, for now the XY is still going down, Euro is still going up, I guess. SPX is still okay. And do we have any? Not much bids here anymore. There is still above a bit on Binance. Well, there is still more liquidity on Binance, but here now there is a wall below our current high. There's a bit more ask than bids overall, slightly. Yeah, 1,000. But here up to 21,200, which is our POC in fact. So that's also why it's still okay to see another high, and I guess I would maybe take another short if it. But no. I mean, yeah, no worry to have, because if this happened overnight, so it's okay. But yeah, this 21,200 last place where I could see a rejection if we take our current high, today's high. Last place where I can see rejection, potentially make a higher low. Otherwise, I kind of feel that we might just keep squeezing, right? Until we find resistance at 23 or 24k. So that's where I'm standing now. And this is good words. Yeah, golden pocket rejection. I'm trying to count 1 minute sometime, but here it is more a mess than anything else. Well, we have an ABC potential. could also be 5. I will keep my short-term long stop below this. And I keep, while the short, I keep the stop here. If it stopped and get rejection, then I come back later. That's my plan for the lower time frame, but I got to be versatile. Overall, this low is key. This one is important as well. So I wouldn't want to see 19,600 low taken for the expanded flat scenario. At least the count that I'm seeing right now. Now we still have important support here, so I guess if it look okay, I might be looking too long again down there. But preferred place will be well, it depends where we go, but here 20,090 bucks and 19,740. Let me make this clear here. So this is value high of previous range we retested. The light blue line. Do I miss a daily level here maybe? This one is an old one. We have the daily low here. Okay. This is here. Nothing interesting. 4 hour. We have this 4 hour level. Okay. Yeah, and release this POC. So for me, golden pocket. So unless we make a higher high, then the golden pocket will move, of course, because this is a pull from this high to this low to this high, right? But this is where I will be interesting to long, and even more here with my stop below here. I could get aggressive if we come down here, especially if I can read some clear ABC, you know, as always, but it is not always clear. But that will be the invalidation for this to be a 1-2, 1-2, right? Now if we lose this low, I will see. If we do just a swing fader pattern, I guess we'll still be a long, but maybe just to target and retrace inside the range and come back down. This is my preferred area. But support is support, right? Swing fader pattern is a setup. So there's still potential for an intraday positions that can lead to swings in case I just didn't see right now what could be the count that say we break this low and we continue higher, but they always won. I will figure it out if it happened. Right now this 19, let me get the precise price and line and validation. The $19,585 on Bybit is my very invalidation level for the bull right now. And the POC at 19,740 is a testy long area for sure. Starting to see a bit of rejection now. and this doesn't work. So I guess I will have to end the stream here if I want to monitor this, because otherwise I can't. Doesn't look like strong rejection. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this was helpful, and I see you. Well, I see you soon, I guess. Keep an eye on my Twitter if you don't have me already. If I get a clear account, I will share it. Thank you, Jenny. My pleasure. Thanks, everybody. Have a nice evening, a nice weekend. Don't forget to take some fresh air as well. Thanks, MM. Appreciate you all, everybody. See you. Bye.